Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers of all ages, thank you all for stopping by and giving me your time. I am your host, Erick Coughlin, and this is another episode of Just My Thoughts. So now that we're finally done breaking down the entire offseason of the entire NFL, you're all welcome. All 32 teams broke down. I failed to give you guys an AFC picture for a playoff berth. I did for the NFC after it's included with the NFC North offseason. It's kind of in there, but we're going to recap all that as well. We're going to recap the entire NFL playoff picture in general tonight. So let's get started. So since I skipped the AFC, let's just start with the AFC. The way to build the program is what, or way to make the playoffs is what? To win your division. So we're going to bring over all the division winners that I had claimed to do. So that's the Buffalo Bills winning the East. That is the Kansas City Chiefs winning the West. That is the Cincinnati Bengals winning the North. And I'm taking the Houston Texans to win the South. So there's your 4 right there. So then you got to make up 3 more. So your next 3 best teams in the AFC. So this is all going to be wild because 2 out of the 3, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm picking the Cleveland Browns to make the playoffs. I'm picking the Baltimore Ravens to make the playoffs. So there's only wiggle room for 1 more team across the entire AFC to make the playoffs. I really don't like Miami, so I'm not slotting Miami in that slot. I really fear Aaron Rodgers as a whole, but now that he's not in my division, I kind of respect him and I could root for him, but I'm not. I'm going to pick the Tennessee Titans to fill that 7th slot. I know that sounds crazy considering they had a disastrous year last year, but on the brink of things, if you look at things full spectrum in the course of a 5-year span, that team has been, dominating that division. I'm not saying they're going to win that division, but I'm saying they're going to mark themselves on up there and say, hey, look, this is who we are. This is who we've been. This is who we're going to continue to be. I do see Tennessee as a playoff team. Now, teams in the hunt, the number 1 team in the hunt will be the New York Jets because of Aaron Rodgers, because of Garrett Wilson, because of now Mike Williams, because of that top 5 defense they had last year, the top of the hunt, the New York Jets. Following the New York Jets, I'm going to throw in the Denver Broncos. I think with all the changes, and I think that the new scenery for Zach Wilson, I think all this could be good for the Denver Broncos. However, excuse me, guys, drinking Dr. Pepper. In fact, I'll continue to drink that, and then I'll continue to talk. Thunder, pepper, whatever. However, I do not like Sean Payton, and I do not like Ryan Pace, and they are the ones in charge of Denver. But I do like all the pieces. I do like the team as a whole, as everything that they've done. I'm slotting them in the hunt. Denver Broncos, I'm putting you guys in the hunt with the New York Jets, which really leaves room for just 1 more team to give you guys, a top 10 in the AFC. And this is going to be wild because this is going to be anybody's ball game. I want to go on record and tell you, I think that there's probably, and this is going to drive everyone insane in what I'm about to say, I think there's probably a handful of teams, maybe, let's just say 8 or 9 teams in the AFC are all going to be 8 and 9, 9 and 8. Right around everybody in the AFC is going to be deadlocked even. I just see it that way. So I have to just ballpark throw a name out there. And for the respect of their defense and the respect for Devontae Adams and the, league by storm last year, Gardner Minshew, I'm going to put in the hunt your Las Vegas Raiders. So that's how I see that happening now. The teams in the hunt, that means this. That means it's anybody's ball game for those 3 teams. And that means like injuries happening within their division or around the league could help boost their stats. You know what I mean? Help give them competitive edges that they may or may not need. I know it's not good to say you got to rely on injury to be good. I know that's not nice to say, but this is the NFL. Guess what happens? Happens all the time. Somebody's best player goes down, and then a team that's not even no one's thinking about takes the league by storm. It just happens in the NFL. It happens in the NBA. It happens in hockey. It happens in baseball. If you play a sport, hey, guess what? Even in wrestling, because all you guys out there might need a refresher that, wrestling is a professional sport. How you doing? So it happens in professional sports. So that's why those guys are in the hunt. And that's why I see those teams being the top 10 teams in the AFC. Now, I'm sorry, all you Miami Dolphins fans, because you guys have been doing good, right? The last 3 years, just every time you guys keep on playing, you guys just keep on getting better, and you guys think you're going to go to the Super Bowl very soon. And you might, and I might be dead wrong about you, but listen, I do not like your quarterback. So since I do not like your quarterback, I do not like your team. And since I do not like your team, I cannot put you on this list, even if my list is wrong. This is the list that I created on my show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is just my thoughts. Now we're going to flip things to the NFC just to give you guys a quick fresh reminder before, preseason starts, which starts Thursday night. It actually started last Thursday night, the Hall of Fame game. The Bears beat the Houston Texans, so that was great. But now it's full throttle across the league. Preseason starts Thursday night, ladies and gentlemen. We've got football. Football season's here. Yes. Now, NFC. Again, you bring over the said winners I've picked to be winners. You got the 49ers, you got the Bears, you've got the Commanders. I know that's a wild pick, but I'm a wild guy. I'm picking the Commanders to win their division. And then, of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's your four. And then if we're going to recap this correctly, I said the Cowboys are going to be a playoff team this year. I said the Atlanta Falcons are going to be a playoff team this year. And the Detroit Lions would be a playoff team again this year. Now, teams in the hunt, if you guys can remember, I said there's guys that are going to be hot and injuries happen, and anything is anything. And for what it's worth, to be fair, within my division is wide open. It's we think that we've got it secured in the bag. In fact, I know we have it secured in the bag, but the truth is competition is there. The Green Bay Packers are the head of the NFC in the hunt. Also in the hunt, I'm going to put the Seattle Seahawks in the hunt. And then, I don't even know why I'm going to say this, but I think I'm going to say it anyway. You got to put the Philadelphia Eagles in the hunt. And here's the reason why Jalen Hurts so good. That's what they say. They've been saying it since college, right? They've been relatively good, getting 10 wins, getting 11 wins, getting 12 wins, recent Super Bowls, recent playoff appearances. I mean, it's hard to say that they're not going to be a playoff team, so I'm not going to even – I did say that they're not going to be a playoff team, but I'm definitely putting them in the hunt. Those are your top 10 teams of the NFC via my mindset, via my opinion, via Erick Daniel Coughlin on Just My Thoughts. Now, that is your NFC and your AFC, your NFL bold playoff predictions. So then the big question is this: how do I see them, fraying out? Who's going to win the AFC, Eric? Who's the best team in the AFC? I'm picking your Cincinnati Bengals. Who's going to win the NFC, Eric? Who's the best team in the NFC? I'm going to pick your Chicago Bears. Now, I'm going to pick the Super Bowl prediction of 2024-2025 season. Your Chicago Bears, with an impressive, under a rookie, still 13-5 record. I'm at 13-4 record, excuse me. Versus your Cincinnati Bengals, who will be 12-5. Joe Burrow versus Caleb Williams, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins versus Tyreek Stevenson and Jalen Johnson. It's going to be the Swift Show versus a no-show. And the Chicago Bears will finally win another Super Bowl since '85. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard and you enjoy what you see, always feel free to cash at me, Erick Daniel Coughlin, cash tag Coughlin Pride. Have a nice day.